Dia Diva Cara, Tafalcha Riverach, or SimCity Kuig. Mr. Chris Coreline, August Shache and Clar, Nachel le Dernach, le Mo Arch SimCity. You're very welcome. This will probably be either the second last episode or the last episode. I'm pretty sure it'll be the second last episode. We're spending too much time waiting for the Arcology to finish, so I'm going to do some wizardry and basically time skip ahead. But that is yet to come, and I'm going to have to use complex tenses like that is yet to next come, because it's going to be weird. Time is going to be weird. But yeah, basically at the minute we're waiting on this yoke finishing, and this is going to be a long time. I can't send that because I don't have it. Oh, I can send it. It's going to stop sending it because it knows it doesn't have it. It's not too stupid. Wow, look at that. That's lovely. I love how there's two masks for the future buildings. There's either buildings that are built future-y or high. What is the problem with garbage? Oh, of course, because we have our recycling issue. Where did I put the recycling plant? Oh God, it's around here, isn't it? Yes. Could probably do with a second recycler, to be honest with you. I wonder, is that even possible? Ah, come on. Yeah, I could replace some more of these guys. What's up here? Water processing plants. Hark at this, he says, promising you 2 episodes where nothing would happen, and then proceeding to do something across those 2 episodes. No, I don't need a filtration pump, I just want a normal pump. Oh wait, that wasn't water, that was sewage. Thank God for infinite money, that's all I can say. Sewage. That is a super fancy processor. Sorry, your land value. Oh, there's a poo that's stuck. Speed up a bit. There we go. Off you go. Which then, in this weird exchange quest, leaves me enough room for one of these. What'd you buy me? Plastics, I want alloys, and I want metal. Okay, well, let's get rid of the plastics. Okay, let's get rid of both. Put the metal. Go on. Alloy. Metal. There we go. Give him like 15 dozen flippin'. Reached. Fly, my pretty. Fly! Yum, 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 yum. God, they go across the sky bridges. That's incredible. Oh, great. They'll get stuck in traffic now for weeks. Yeah. That's the way. Aha, aha. I like it. Aha, aha. It's amazing how you get the pasties even though people are flipping protesting. And there we are. We are out of space. Does that take any stress off this? It does a little. Have we broken the back on our garbage problem? Maybe not. I'm not ruling out putting another one of these down, but I don't really think I have the space for it. Here, I suppose, but this is flipping fancy land. Your fancy land. God, that takes forever. I suppose it is a tier 3. And we are missing some medium wealth people also, which would slow it down. God, that traffic is insane. Should have been a bit more careful with our central road. Maybe built a pseudo freeway system. There's so little space to do anything now. Okay. That should actually speed up the alloy and metal provision to the old Arcology over there. Back to Traviatanol. It's better to watch the cities where you're producing this stuff for the project you're working on, because it tends to happen faster rather than leaving the city in hibernate mode. And here we are. So, there in the old distance is the great Arcology. I am going to leave you at this point and come back to you in about a day when that thing has all of its scruples in position. So happy with this railway, but I've never seen any heavy goods railway systems use it. Anyway, it's timescape time. Prepare prepare yourselves, remodulating tachyons, and see you later. Oh, Jesus wept. What year is it? Who am I? Christ. It's been like 10 days and I've got this far. So I've managed to finish off the alloys and the TVs, and we're just waiting on metal, and our city is pretty well stoked to make metal. If you'll pardon the very loose pun. So, you may notice that there's been some ground pollution since last we talked. There's also been quite a series of major disasters focusing on this area of the city, so there's been a fair amount of fiddling around. I've also tried to streamline traffic by making a little incision here. This seemed to make things better, but I think that might just be me having a fever dream. Yeah, Christ. We got a very attractive spiky building. A couple of very nice ultra. These are the highest tier of possible residential buildings that exist in the game. These, well, that's obviously a commercial, but you see they're kind of super talls. They're larger than like your tier. They're twice the height of your like average tier 1. Yeah, so where are we now? Well, we don't really need to be churning out as many alloys as we are at the minute, so what I might do is just repurpose one of these alloy lines to a metal line to speed things up. So if you're doing this for yourself, pro tip, this game crashes not super often, but when it does, bear in mind anything outside the city limits is going to behave a little bit weird. It's like in Reboot, where the stuff outside the game is a bit weird, but the stuff inside the game is fine. References. So you'll end up in a situation where all of these trucks that you see are ferrying metals out to the Arcology will literally just disappear, like gone. If that happens to you, delete all of these delivery truck garages and rebuild them lickety-split. And you'll find that all of a sudden everything will start working again. And that took me 3 days before I realised that particular fix. And then the other 6 was just, the other 4, I don't even know. I literally do not know what day it is anymore. Oh, we're on slow. Where are we on slow? Traffic is a huge issue with Arcology work. You'll see these guys speed off. Look at the speed he's going at. What a mentalist. We'll watch for the next one to fly out. There he goes. Watch what happens when he hits the Arcology traffic wall. Oh, it's early yet. It might not be in existence. No, it's not there yet. But you can get a tailback like right the way out to like halfway across my screen there. It's a bit crazy. And traffic becomes a real limiting factor in just getting the system to realise that you've delivered goods to it. Meanwhile, we've had some minor water issues. I wouldn't mind investigating those now. Show me the groundwater map. Yeah, look how dry we're sucking this whole place. The problem is you exhaust these water supplies a lot quicker than you can replenish them. So this guy's done now, so what I'm going to do is just pop another one up here. And the groundwater does replenish slowly, as you can see over here. It's starting to bleed back in. Okay, is it you? Who's been Suck dry. Something else I noticed that's pretty cool is once you've sucked an area dry, you'll actually see the vegetation will die off. It's really cute. This was all kind of brown, and you can just see the water's returning because it's greened up a bit. It's really cool. You don't see this in City Skylines yet. We've had heaps of problems. One of the problems was I kind of set up on fast mode and went AFK for about an hour and played some Heroes of the Storm, and when I got back there'd been about 4 disasters and I didn't realise, and like half the city was completely minced, so I had to basically pull it back from there. You can see they're still my Glev network still hasn't been fixed from the last time we had a... Another thing I discovered while we were apart is that the oh wow, it's not triggering. There it is. The kinds of disasters you get are based along what your kind of city specialization. So, for example, high pollution causes meteor showers for some reason, and zombie outbreaks. I think it's bad health causes zombie outbreaks, but if you burn lots of garbage in your incinerator, it causes that adorable monster thing to come up, which is why the monster always paths towards the garbage dump. Something else was weird that also happened. No, that's not it. Oh yes, it's hidden under there. We got a radiation patch here, and I have no idea how or why, and it's getting gradually worse. I have no idea what caused it. There's no radiation anywhere else in the city or in the region. I think I mentioned health is a disaster. I built a full-scale hospital over here to try and but it's just that all of the employment's just on this ridiculous patch of fog. You can see the haze. Isn't that beautiful? There's another thing that City Skylines doesn't do. Yeah. Let's get off here. It's making me depressed. This is the map view I've been on pretty much constantly during the time skip of like 7 days, FYI. There you go, there goes one. Let's see if he hits. Oh no, that's just a plastics delivery. Plastic shouldn't be exporting. I wish there was a way to differentiate between your trucks and other cities' delivery trucks. Here goes a gentleman out to the Arcology now. No traffic wall. No, there it is, you see? Stop. Stop, stop and wait. Stop and wait. And this is pretty good. You can see these guys slow down to an absolute crawl. So I've basically been watching the supply and demand. Done a lot of... You can see we have three trade depots here. Not too much rhyme or reason, just trying to iron out the bugs. Just drastically shrunk the size of my trade depot. Because I'm pretty sure this thing is bugged to high heck. I should probably start importing coal again. Coal is required to make alloys, which aren't really necessary, but they are the feed-in mechanism for this. Which will create processors, which will go over here. This will also use processor to make TVs and PCs. Now I think we are okay for TVs as well. Yes, we are. So it's just the metals that need done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start exporting TVs. Gonna make me a fortune. Televisions export. We can probably trim some of those lots once it starts working a bit better. Would you ever stop that? I don't know why it's doing that recently. Single click is putting me into edit mode. Good ore deliveries. So this is officially the second last episode. What I'm going to do is time skip until the Arcology enters phase 2 and go back to normal speed, and then go into normality, go into normal speed for a while, and then time skip until the end of the Arcology construction. The Arcology will finish, everyone will celebrate, the world will be complete, and then we will leave and forget this dreadful nightmare ever even started. Not that I don't enjoy entertaining you, my adoring fans. I just wish I was getting paid for it. Oh wow, look, that's gone up. Yeah. So what I thought I maybe might do is I'd maybe take a quick break from SimCity and show you around my city in City Skylines. Would you like that? I mean, if not, we can just not do it. I mean, that's fine. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's perfectly fine. I should really be revising for my ICND. Sort of. I suppose I should go and get some lunch instead. But oh, sure. Let's go and take a look. I will see you over there. And we're back. Yeah. Welcome to... what's the command to get rid of the screen? There we are. Welcome to my city in City Skylines. I should say Metropolis now. It's pretty chuffing massive. Yeah, this is my first attempt, and we're quite close to finishing. So let me take you on a little tour. I haven't got any mods on this yet. I'm going to do that for my next playthrough. Yeah, so take you through what's going on here then. So the city is quite far advanced. And is split into several districts. We have one central kind of belting heavy industrial. We've got a small farming district. We have another farming district up here with a small satellite town, and then another kind of dual industrial sector up here, which used to be ore, but I ran out of ore pretty quickly. We've also a region down here which is quite rich in oil, but I don't think I need to exploit it. So it's kind of set up. There's the city centre's kind of this belt here. With this being, I suppose, the main core. We've got a very large kind of office thing here on west side. We also have a very nice Newton Lakeside, I suppose, dormitory village, maybe? You'll notice I'm absolutely mental about just making sure that people can walk from one place to the other without causing any difficulties. I'd also like to take this moment to be quite proud of the fact that all these junctions are my own work. No stock junctions were harmed in the making of this, so you can see, again, plenty of walking access, and these do get used. Not often, obviously, because you're just commuter walking across to here. We see we have some traffic problems here, but might move that elementary school and fix that up. Yeah, I've had to cut some corners in the bridges along the way just due to space constraints, but again, look at all these paths. This is probably my biggest construction, this junction here. it was a huge traffic problem and therefore required a pretty major reconstruction. It's a little confusing, but no more than kind of M62 leads confusing. It's fully multi-dimensional, so you can exit from any path and get onto any major kind of east-west direction route here, although you will kind of end up getting spat out a little bit further down from maybe the road you wanted to join, just because this is a busy junction without factoring in the motorway access. So what's happened here? Whoa, is that a single lane road? Yeah, maybe not, lads. Yeah, quite proud of that. This is another one of my own pieces as well. A lot of this game is just geeking out over junction design. Yeah, simpler ones down here. And then I had to build my own this major junction here. I had to build my own motorway spur to because the main motorway, the organic one, kind of spills off this way, but I wanted to build a separate one. So you see we've got a kind of really brutally messed up cloverleaf here due to space constraints, but that spins off over here with a little bit of a whoopsie here because I'm not very good at that sort of thing, and comes into this thing here. And then up here I don't actually have the space yet to build a full junction here, so I just had to build like a cop-out, which does get used. The railway network is pretty sweet. Again, some of it had to be put in manually, some extra loops. We have a very nice, fairly late construction of an intercity route here that carries both freight and passengers. Very busy, but as you can see, switchbacks available. And that serves kind of the city centre and allows for quite a lot of passengers to... well, okay, not very many, but still. I'm not paying for the trains. Now, there seems to be a bug with the trains that kind of... they gum up quite a lot. I've used the railway here as an excuse to build a little bit of a dividing green corridor with lots of path access. You'll find also in my block design lots of pathing and parks and little side streets that make things difficult for cars but easy for pedestrians, as opposed to, you know, every city in the real world whatsoever. Yeah. So where we are now is just cruising to my next major milestone, which is Metropolis, which is the final one. And I have another like 12,000 people to go before I'll make that. So quite a lot of work to do, but I suppose. Power generation, mostly, well, entirely renewable. Lots of these advanced turbines. One big dam here. I tried to put another dam down here, but it actually caused massive flooding due to what I can only assume is another bug. There's also another hydroelectric over here, and that serves us pretty well power-wise. Yeah, and I still have so much wind that I can just... Look, these are popping out 20 megawatts a pop. Money-wise, we're fairly stable. That's about it. So main expansion is going to be out here to finish off what's this area called? South Shore. And there's so much space here, maybe another junction and another little area here. I built a little kind of commuter town down here. Well, not so much commuter town, but kind of port town, I suppose, like Ringaskiddy in Cork, or I suppose Coreline would be a better example in Cork, and Dunleary in Dublin would be good examples of this style of slightly separated. It's fully served by rail. I suppose I should try and I should push my reason to. It's absolutely fine. God, are people actually... Oh, good lord. suppose it's not too far to walk. What directions is this? I'm pretty sure I put one ways here. No, there is no one ways, these are two ways. Okay. Let's see if I can... Look, it'll be a bit of a cop out. No, it's not too bad. Curving roads is a lot, maybe not quite as, I suppose it is better in all ways to SimCity's horrible mess. We have a cargo port down here. Four-way junctions aren't as much of a big deal in this game either. Traffic is a lot more sensible. Can I have green snaps on, please? That lovely, fully blocked. Ooh, it's a bit off, but sure. Yeah, and curvy housing estates are possible and quite pleasing, as opposed to SimCity, which makes them quite a pain. The one downside, I think I mentioned this, is that there's very little in the way of inter-effect. So if I have water here, pumping in from here, I'm never going to run out of this water source. Now if I pollute the water, yes, we get health problems, those could be quite serious. I nearly lost my city to that. But on the other hand, if I go, let's see, it's the best way to show you this. If I go to the wind view, wind is just a static resource. It is not so it doesn't matter at all about where your industrial zones are. Yeah, there's no direction, just noise pollution's an interesting one. Works quite well. Haven't managed to really run into any situations where I've had to drastically redesign for it. Yes, thank you, tutorial buff. Where's the gosh darn pollution screen? Yeah, so pollution is just static. It's not like there's no differentiation between air and ground pollution. Air pollution will not be blowing anywhere. It'll all just be pretty static. Also, cemeteries are an issue. And the issue with cemeteries is that as they fill up, they really just stop doing anything. Once they're full, they don't really serve any purpose anymore, and you can't delete them once they're full. You can't kind of deconsecrate them like you can in the real world. Same with garbage dumps. You can't kind of, once garbage is here, it cannot be incinerated, even though there are incineration plants. So it's not like in SimCity where the incinerator will gradually empty the garbage dumps. It's just static. So yeah, lots of places for improvement, but overall, well, one thing, the scale. Just look at this. This thing is massive, and it's extensible as well, so I can go over here if I wanted, which I probably should have, because there's a lot of great ground here, but I haven't yet. So you can also build yourself into corners like I've done here in Newtown Lakeside. I don't really have the traffic connections to overload these roads. I don't really have any I'd have to re-architect this junction quite a lot and kind of build it up. A little airport day as well. So there you have it, a tour around Lake Valley, my vanilla run-through of city skylines, and some comments on how they play out to each other. Maybe the bastard will kill me before then. It's hard to say. But until next time, if there is a next time, and if we are not all claimed by the void beforehand, slán a gcuil.